My husband paid his executive assistant a monthly salary of $100,000. I asked him, Marcus, how does she deserve $1 million salary? My husband patted the bed. Because she's better in bed than you, and she pleases me more. I slapped him. Fine then. We're getting a divorce. I rarely went to Sterling. One day, Sarah told me she saw Marcus's car parked outside Riverside University. A beautiful university student got in. I still defended him. Marcus and I are childhood sweethearts, and ours is a strategic business marriage. He wouldn't dare mess around. Sarah warned me. My cousin studies at Riverside University, and every time I pick her up, I see Marcus. Why would a 30-year-old mature man be approaching a 20-year-old university student with no apparent connection? Sarah had looked into it. The girl's name was Luna. She was a big shot on campus, loved cosplay, and had an amazing figure. I was skeptical, but decided to drive to Sterling without calling ahead. The new front desk receptionist didn't recognize me. Hello, you can't see Mr. Marcus without an appointment. I called David, the VP. Do I need to report my visits to Sterling now? David quickly arrived, first scolding the front desk, then leading me upstairs with a forced smile. Madam, why didn't you let us know in advance? Mr. Marcus isn't here for this surprise visit. I entered the CEO's office and asked coldly, what is he doing? David stammered, Mr. Marcus? He went to see a client. I looked around the office. A bouquet of roses on the windowsill was particularly glaring. Marcus knew I didn't like roses. When we were dating, he never gave me flowers for Valentine's Day. So, these 99 roses had nothing to do with me. Which company's client is he meeting? I asked again. David lowered his head, not daring to look at me. Mr. Marcus didn't say. I walked over to his desk, my fingers tracing the surface, searching for clues. When will he be back? David hemmed and hawed for a few seconds. He's having dinner with a client, so he might not come back to Sterling. Today, my gaze swept to the calendar. The 19th? Today was circled with a pen. Marcus had a habit of marking important dates on his calendar, checking them often so he wouldn't forget. He used to circle my birthday now. What was so important to him? He's working so diligently. The recent profits must be good. I'll go check the finance department. David suddenly looked up. Huh? I gave him a cold glance. Why are you so flustered? Why the shocked expression? Did you embezzle funds? Steal from Sterling? David hastily shook his head. No, madam. Please don't suspect me. His nervous and uneasy demeanor clearly indicated that Marcus was up to something, and David, as his subordinate, was afraid of being exposed. I quickly walked off, not giving him a chance to warn Marcus. As VP, you're disloyal to Sterling. I must conduct a thorough investigation into you. I feigned an investigation, dragging him to the finance department. In reality, I wanted to see what kind of shady business Marcus was involved in. I need the financial statements for the last 3 months, right now. Emily, the accountant, was initially unwilling to cooperate. When she saw me pull out my phone to call the police, she relented. I meticulously searched and an infuriating name jumped out. Name, Luna, age, 20. Position, executive, monthly salary, $100,000. I asked David, who had worked there for 20 years, what's your annual salary right now? David wiped away a cold sweat. Around $1 million, plus bonuses. I pointed to Luna's name. This 20-year-old girl is more capable than you. An old man in your 40s, David chuckled awkwardly, not daring to utter another word. I threw the financial statements at him. Is in Sterling? Take me to meet this intern with $1 million salary. David looked like he was about to cry from my pressure. Madam, please let me go. Mr. Marcus hired her. I truly don't know anything. I left Sterling and immediately called Sarah, admitting that Marcus was having an affair with a university student. Could you ask your cousin to find out what Luna is doing today? Marcus marked it on his calendar. David and Emily were covering for him, and both of them had left Sterling. At the same time, it was obvious they were out on a romantic escapade. Sarah was incredibly fast. 10 minutes later, she called me back. Grace, there's a comic at the City Arts Center today. Lots of students are visiting. That conniving woman went to cosplay. She even posted on Instagram. I asked for Luna's account and went to her profile. She had just updated it 2 hours ago. It was a grid of 9 selfies. She wasn't beautiful in a conventional sense, but she was a seductive type of beauty. Her demeanor was completely different from me and Sarah, who were raised as refined young women from business families. Her figure was indeed explosive, ample curves, fair skin, a slender waist, and long legs. This time, She was cosplaying the famous anime character, Empress. Even I recognized the character. The caption read, "My husband gave up a multi-million-dollar project just to come to comic with me. This must be true love." The last picture was a shot of their hands intertwined. Even without seeing his face, I recognized Marcus's hand. He was wearing the luxury watch I bought him on his wrist. Last year, for our wedding anniversary, I had ordered it 2 months in advance. Now, he was wearing my gift, holding another woman's hand, and engaging in public displays of affection. How ironic. I drove directly to the comic. I wondered if Marcus would be surprised to see me. I couldn't wait to see the expressions on that cheating couple's faces. The con was filled mostly with young people. I searched the exhibition hall and soon spotted Marcus. He was wearing athleisure wear, a stark contrast to his usual business attire, sitting in the lounge area. His long legs and elegant aura made him impossible to ignore. When we were dating, he also liked wearing casual wear, looking sunny and cheerful, like a boy next door. After we got married, Marcus always prioritized work, and his style of dress was always formal business attire. Now, dating his executive assistant, had he found his youth again? I walked straight toward him. The moment Marcus saw me, a flicker of panic crossed his face. Then, he calmly said, "Grace, what are you doing here? I didn't know you were interested in comic." There was even a hint of reproach in his tone. I smiled sweetly. "If you, a CEO who never watches anime, can take time to admire beautiful women, why can't I?" Marcus caught the sarcasm in my words. He stood up, pulled me to a corner, and lowered his voice. "Did you hear rumors? Are you tracking me? Suspecting me? You are Mrs. Marcus, not some jealous shrew. Mind your dignity in public." I yanked Marcus's hand away, crossing my arms. "Why are you so nervous? I'm here to have fun. Do you think I'm here to catch you cheating? Do you have another woman?" I wanted Marcus to tell me himself what his relationship with Luna was after 10 years together. He owed me an explanation. Before could explain, a sweet female voice called out, "Marcus, what are you doing? I've been looking all over for you." I turned to see Luna running over, her face beaming. Her fair legs were faintly visible through the slit in her Empress costume. Marcus instinctively tried to get rid of me. "You should leave. We can talk about this at home." Unfortunately, Luna was already in front of me. The smile on her face froze. "Marcus, who is this?" I immediately jumped in. "Hello, I'm Marcus's college classmate. We've known each other for many years." Marcus's face instantly turned ashen. Luna shook my hand. "Hello, sister, I'm Marcus's girlfriend." Such a brazen introduction almost made Marcus mortified. He grabbed Luna's wrist, shielding her as he tried to leave. "Luna, go rest over there. We have something to discuss." He looked as if he was afraid I would tear his sweetheart apart. Luna was pushed away from me. She looked back at me. "Oh, what are you hiding from me?" I raised my voice, stating clearly, "I'm here to talk to Marcus about our divorce, and about you, the other woman, destroying a family." "Luna, do you want to join us?" The moment I finished speaking, bystanders immediately turned their heads. Some young people raised their phones, starting to record videos to spread the news. Marcus abruptly turned around, his eyes blazing with fury, and strode towards me. "Grace, are you insane?" He accused me of exposing our dirty laundry. I was fearless, a slow smile spreading across my lips. "You and Luna are shamelessly engaging in public displays of affection. Can't I, his lawful wife, say a few words?" A ripple of whispers went through the crowd. Marcus lowered his voice, forcing out a few words through gritted teeth. "Leave now, don't push me." I raised an eyebrow. "What if I do push you? You had an affair and are sleeping with a university student. Do you think you're in the right? So many people are recording this. Go ahead, hit me." Marcus saw that I had no intention of backing down. With cameras everywhere, he couldn't confront me, so he just gave me a hateful glare. Then, he immediately shielded Luna, covering her face with his hand, and escorted her away from the scene. I stood rooted to the spot, watching their retreating backs, a piercing pain in my heart. Even though I appeared strong and wouldn't back down verbally, I still hoped Marcus would come to his senses. Unfortunately, he disappointed me too much. 10 years of shared history couldn't compare to a girl age only known for a few months. Marcus, a man who cared so much about his reputation, was willing to endure the stares and whispers of the crowd just to protect Luna. How much did he truly love her? I returned home completely distraught. The moment I stepped inside, the emotions I'd suppressed for so long burst forth. I sobbed uncontrollably. What good were our wedding vows to grow old together? Was it all a joke? Was a piece of paper referring to the marriage certificate less appealing than something new and exciting on the outside? While I was still sobbing, my phone rang. Sarah sent me a message. How are you? Did you confront them? That conniving woman posted on social media again. I hastily scrolled through Luna's profile. In an instant, a biting pain spread through my entire body. Marcus's face was actually visible. They were kissing with their eyes closed at sunset. They were holding hands by the sea. They were pressing their faces together, making silly expressions for the camera. There was also a candlelight dinner at an upscale restaurant, a bed covered in rose petals at a hotel, landscape photos from their romantic trips together. A grid of 9 photos documenting their love. The caption read, "I'm not the other woman. I love him. He loves me, and we'll never be apart." I trembled with rage. Marcus actually allowed her to publicize their affair. He was openly declaring his devotion to Luna for the whole world to see. And here I was, understanding him not coming home night after night. I thought he was busy with work. I didn't want to put pressure on him, allowing him to fully dedicate himself to his career. But it turned out Marcus was busy dating Luna. He had been playing me for a fool. My 10 years of devotion had ultimately been for nothing. News of Marcus's infidelity spread like wildfire. In truth, everyone at Sterling already knew, but no one dared to tell me. Now that I had exposed it, relatives and friends, watching the drama unfold, sent me messages to console me. My in-laws called to apologize. "Grace, it's so common for young girls to marry into money. We've all been through it. Once is done playing around, hell naturally come back to the family. Don't be angry. The other woman isn't worth it. Those flings on the outside are just for entertainment." Which wealthy socialite doesn't turn a blind eye? Rest assured, you are the only legitimate daughter-in-law of the Shen family. My parents also urged me to calm down. Our two families are bound by a strategic business marriage. If you divorce, many collaborations will have to be divided. You need to consider this carefully. What is love? At worst, you can both do your own thing. Your career is what matters most. When the other woman gets older, Marcus will get tired of her. He's just after her youth and beauty. Your position is unshakable, however. If you insist on divorcing, we will support you. I stayed cooped up at home for 3 whole days, thinking it over. Marcus was my first love. He had been with me through my entire youth. Our 10 years together were etched into my very being. I would not share the same man with Luna. If was willing to leave her and return to the family, for the sake of my parents, I would give him one last chance. I dialed Marcus's number. "How long are you going to hide from me? Come home so we can talk, even if you want to marry the other woman. Shouldn't you finalize things with me first?" That evening, I cooked a lavish dinner. I remembered when we first got married. No matter how busy Marcus was with work, he would always come home for dinner. He used to say, "No matter how delicious the gourmet meals outside are, nothing attracts me more than my wife's home-cooked meals. That's the taste of love." I don't know when it started, but he came home less and less often. At first, he would call and apologize. "Honey, I'm sorry. I have another client dinner. This client is really important. Please eat without me later." He would just send a text, "Grace, I won't be home tonight." Gradually, Marcus stopped even giving me a heads up, staying out all night. I had grown accustomed to him being busy with his career, but I never imagined his heart had long since drifted away from me. Ding dong, the sound of the lock clicking pulled me back to reality. Marcus was home. I composed myself and greeted him with a smile. "Marcus, have you been busy lately? Come eat. I made your favorite sweet and sour pork ribs, spicy chicken, and beef soup." Marcus casually glanced at the dining table, his face devoid of expression. I already ate out. My heart sank immediately. "Marcus, I forgive you and Luna. Break up with her. And I won't bring up the past." I followed him into the house, wrapping my arms around him from behind. Pressing close, "Isn't Luna just after money? I'll give her $1 million. Enough for her to live comfortably for several years. When she's older and gets married, her husband will naturally support her." I tried my best to consider Marcus's feelings. He was currently infatuated with Luna's allure, so I was trying to resolve his worries. "Grace, you're wrong." Marcus pulled my hands apart, pushed me away, and then stepped back, putting distance between us. "Luna isn't a greedy woman. She's with me, and it's never been for money. The money I spent on her was always my initiative. She never asked for anything." I laughed at his words. "She's not after money. Aren't handsome guys in college good enough for her? Why would she try to seduce you?" Marcus's face darkened as he defended himself. Luna came to Sterling as an intern, and I happened to see her being scolded by a supervisor. I stepped in to help her. Luna approached me, at first just out of gratitude. Later, we fell in love. Couldn't help falling in love. It's not her fault. Don't slander her. Fell in love? Couldn't help falling in love. I suddenly felt like an enormous joke, having tried to reconcile. I had spent all afternoon cooking a feast, only hoping to bridge the gap with Marcus and recall our beautiful past. Yet, Marcus's mind was only filled with memories of Luna. I sneered. Luna isn't after money. Earning a monthly salary of $100,000? What for? Does she even deserve it? Marcus curled his lips into a smile. Because she can please me, and because I love her, she's worth it. I could no longer control my grief and indignation. I slapped Marcus across the face. Fine. You love the other woman, do you? Then we're divorcing. Marcus froze for a moment then. His disbelief was evident, and the mockery in his eyes was undisguised. You're a woman in your 30s, without a job, no income. Haven't worked in years. What can you do besides cook? Divorce? Who would want you without me? I never imagined Marcus saw me as so useless. Rather than living with you and letting the mistress take over, I'd rather get a divorce immediately. It'd be much freer on my own. I stood my ground. Marcus scoffed. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Trying to scare me with divorce? I glanced at the calendar. Tomorrow, Monday, 9 a.m., county's office. As for the asset division, I'll have my lawyer contact you. Marcus stood up and walked out, convinced I couldn't leave him. He waved a nonchalant hand. All right, whatever you say. The door slammed shut with a bang. I leaned against the wall, my body sliding weakly to the floor. Tears streamed freely. It had finally come to this, the end of the road. Marcus, I gave you a chance. Since you can't bear to let go of Luna, then you two are stuck together. Grace, will never compromise. The next day, I brought my father's company lawyer and waited at the county's office. Marcus brought Luna with him. I scoffed. You still have a month in the cooling off period before you can finalize anything. You don't have to be in such a hurry. Marcus had dark circles under his eyes, apparently having slept poorly. Luna's just being childish. She insisted on coming to watch the drama unfold. Don't mind her. I glanced at Luna's smug expression and scoffed. An inexperienced little girl. Indeed, she doesn't know any etiquette. The divorce registration was completed smoothly. As we left, I introduced the lawyer. Regarding asset division, since you cheated, you are the at-fault party. I'll likely get 80%, and you'll only get 20% of the assets. Why? Luna suddenly shrieked. Her instinctive outburst even surprised Marcus. I watched her with interest. What? You haven't even become Mrs. Marcus yet, and you're already showing your true colors? Luna bit her lip, complaining tearfully. I feel it's unfair to Marcus. All the money in his family fortune was earned by him. Why should you get so much? You don't even work. I raised my hand and patted Marcus's shoulder, sighing, oh, you should spend more time explaining things about the business community to her. I looked Luna directly in the eye, my voice calm. In terms of business, my shares in Sterling, and the connections I provided for our ventures are no less than Marcus's. As for marital assets, my investments and stocks, along with the dowry my parents gave me, and the real estate in my name, are no less than Marcus's. How would a young girl like you understand? Someone who only relies on her looks to seduce a trust fund baby, comes from a poor family, and has no capabilities of her own. Luna was speechless, her face growing even more embarrassed. Standing beside her, Marcus also remained silent, his eyes dark and gloomy, showing no hint of happiness. I brushed past them, feeling a sense of lightness instead. Marcus, how capable is that executive assistant you've been so fixated on? Do you even know? Can your so-called love truly sustain the title of Mrs. Marcus? You have a long life ahead. Go ahead and try. I returned to my parents' house. My mother said that since I was an only child, Sterling would eventually be handed over to me, and that being single again, I could learn about business from my father. During the cooling-off period for the divorce, my task was to liquidate assets. The joint projects between our two families also needed to be clearly divided. I threw myself into my career, busy from morning till night. Half a month later, David, the VP of Sterling, suddenly contacted me. Madam, are you truly going to divorce? Luna doesn't understand business at all. If you leave, she'll destroy Sterling. I was unfazed. Sterling belongs to Marcus. It has nothing to do with me, David said dejectedly. Sterling is a mess now. All the companies that had TIs with your family have suspended their cooperation. Luna, she's not content with being an executive assistant. She wants to be VP and kick me out. So, it was a threat to his own interests. I continued with my work, not intending to help. If you have complaints, go discuss them with Marcus. He chose Luna to be your boss's wife, implying she thinks she's in charge. Whether it's a blessing or a curse, you'll just have to bear it. I won't interfere. After hanging up, out of curiosity, I clicked on Luna's profile. Sure enough, she had started cultivating the image of a successful career woman. There was a selfie of her sitting at Marcus's desk. The caption read, "So tired today, had to accompany my husband to 3 client meetings." Another selfie showed her holding a signed contract. The caption read, "Just closed a multi-million-dollar project. Keep up the good work." There were also photos of employees working diligently in the office. The caption read, "Work hard, everyone," as the boss's wife, implying she thinks she's in charge. I won't mistreat diligent subordinates. Comments were mixed, some cursing her, others praising her. I found it both amusing and pathetic, so I sent screenshots to my lawyer. This is Luna's social media account. It can serve as ironclad proof of Marcus's infidelity. Save it and submit it to the court if necessary. Time flew by. The day came to finalize the divorce. Luna showed up again, truly shameless. Marcus had lost weight, and his distraught expression showed he wasn't doing well. As we waited in line, Luna was in the lounge area. Marcus suddenly hesitated. "Grace, do we really have to divorce? Is there no room for negotiation?" I scrutinized him. "What's wrong? Is Corp not performing well? Can't close deals? Do you need my parents' help?" Marcus, always proud, said defiantly, "I can handle Sterling's affairs just fine. It's mainly my parents. It's hard to explain to them." I insisted on finalizing the divorce. "Luna is smart and charming. She has plenty of ways to win over your parents. After we divorce, you can marry her as soon as possible." Luna saw us talking and immediately ran over, hooking her arm through Marcus's, staking her claim. "Honey, we still have to go look at wedding gowns this afternoon. Hurry up and finish." People around us turned to stare, looking at them strangely. I echoed, "Yes. Don't delay the mistress becoming official." Marcus gritted his teeth and finalized the divorce with me. It felt truly good to be single again. I handed him a business card. "That's my lawyer's number. If you have any issues with the asset division, talk to him. If you're not satisfied, we can settle it in court." Marcus hesitated for a few seconds, then took the business card, his eyes holding a sadness I couldn't comprehend. "Grace, do you have to be so extreme?" I raised an eyebrow. "What? Do you still want to hog the assets?" Marcus looked at me. "Do you have to draw such a clear line between us?" I glanced at Luna standing beside him. "Absolutely. Any money left to you would just go to the other woman. Why should I support her?" Luna snapped angrily. "Watch your words." I pursed my lips. "Right? You're about to become official. You should show some wifely authority and rein in your Marcus." I walked away, free and unburdened, saying goodbye to a decade-long relationship, and saying goodbye to my youth. I took over my family's Sterling. Daily work kept me busy, and I gradually forgot the pain of the divorce. For several months, Marcus didn't even cross my mind. I heard news of him eventually, from Sarah. "Grace, did you know? Luna dropped out of Riverside University. She's not studying anymore." Sarah invited me for coffee, her face full of gossip. I slowly stirred my coffee with a spoon. Let me guess, she became a wealthy socialite, got carried away, doesn't want to study at Riverside University anymore, and looks down on the teaching profession, right? Sarah reached out and high-fived me. "Exactly. That's it. My cousin said it's the talk of the whole campus. Luna is a big shot on campus, and she's been openly flaunting her wealth every day." The day she dropped out, she drove up in a sports car, carrying a $100,000 designer handbag, dripping in luxury items from head to toe. She might as well have carved the words "I'm rich" on her forehead. I imagined the scene and couldn't help but laugh. Marcus told me I mimicked him, high-pitched and exaggerated. Luna isn't after money or status, only love. Sarah also covered her mouth, giggling. Marcus is even worse off now. Luna fired Sterling's VP and took his place, I said. I know David, the VP. He worked there for over 20 years and is very capable. Marcus is just blinded by love. He's completely clueless. Sarah continued. Ever since Luna took over, no women are allowed in senior management. She fired every woman at management level or higher. My eyes widened in shock. What? That violates labor laws. They'll have to pay compensation. Sarah nodded. Exactly. What does Luna know about running a business? She just screams, my family is rich. We can afford the compensation. I tutted. She herself became the mistress, taking over, rising from intern to executive assistant, and then getting into the boss's bed. So she's afraid other women will use the same tactics to snatch the Mrs. Marcus title from her. Sarah lamented. Poor Corp. The business is a mess. Internal staff are in chaos. And all the capable people have left. Who would want to work for a crazy boss's wife, implying she thinks she's in charge? Then, Sarah lowered her voice. There's something else. Next month, the City Development Corporation is soliciting bids for a partner. Marcus is determined to get it. If he wins the City Development Corporation project, he can turn his fortunes around. I took a sip of my coffee. Coincidentally, Sterling also wants to sign with the City Development Corporation, a multi-million-dollar project like that. Who wouldn't want it? Sarah handed me a business card. Well then, you'd better work hard. Don't let the other woman and that jerk get away with it. I looked at the description on the business card. Your brother Alex? The person in charge? Sarah's face filled with pride. That's right. Envious, aren't you? The day of the City Development Corporation's bid opening, I prepared all the materials and arrived at the meeting with my assistant. Marcus and Luna were already there. When they saw me, both of them showed shocked expressions simultaneously. Marcus quickly walked towards me. Grace, what are you doing here? You haven't worked in years. You don't understand business competition. Don't come here to embarrass yourself. I shot Luna a look. If another woman can become a company VP, I, who have been immersed in a business family since childhood, am far more capable than her. If anyone's going to be embarrassed, it'll be her. Marcus lowered his gaze. You know everything? You still care about me so much. You can't let go of me. You still miss me. Stop. I interrupted Marcus's monologue. The news of Sterling's impending collapse is common knowledge. I don't want to follow it, but the news reaches me regardless. Don't flatter yourself. Perhaps our brief conversation stirred Luna's jealousy. She stormed over aggressively. Grace, once you're divorced, you should disappear completely. Don't ever show up again. I waved the bid proposal in my hand. I'm here to work, and you're not even fit to be my opponent. Who gave you the nerve to talk to me like that? Luna suddenly exploded in rage, raising her hand to slap me. Before her palm could land, Marcus grabbed her wrist, shoved her aside, and shielded me. Luna, have you made enough of a scene? These are all important people here. Haven't you embarrassed us enough? Luna's expression shifted from anger to shock, then to disappointment, almost in tears. You yelled at me? Marcus, you're being harsh with me for another woman? I'm your lawfully wedded wife. Others were watching the drama unfold. Marcus, valuing his reputation, went to console her. I couldn't be bothered to watch their theatrics, so I found a seat in the very front. From the looks of it, the rumors were true. Luna had truly gotten carried away. The way Marcus shielded me just now was exactly how he had protected Luna at the comic. What goes around comes around. Indeed, they'd been married for less than a year, and their relationship was already falling apart. They got what they deserved. The bidding officially began. The bidding companies started presenting their proposals, showcasing their capabilities. After the presentations, the person in charge announced the final results. Congratulations to Lee on winning the bid, and congratulations to General Grace and her team. We also thank the participation of other companies and look forward to our next collaboration. As I left the venue, Marcus chased after me. Grace, wait a minute. I turned to look at him. Don't talk to me. Don't you realize you've got a shrew living in your house? Marcus explained. I told Luna to get the car. I was afraid if I didn't talk to you now, I wouldn't know when we'd meet again. It could be a very long time. I looked annoyed. What is it? If it's about borrowing money, forget it. Marcus suddenly grabbed my hand, a blush creeping onto his face. Grace, is there still a chance for us? Me? Marcus said earnestly. I regret it. I shouldn't have divorced you on a whim, and I shouldn't have been so fooled by Luna's apparent innocence. I was completely infatuated back then. Can you give me another chance? I immediately pulled my hand away, disgustedly wiping it on my clothes. Marcus, are you insane? You kept saying you deeply loved Luna, and now that you've seen her true colors, you don't love her anymore? I can make money for you and support your career. And you're not satisfied? You want a docile, lively university student to seek thrills. Luna can please you and satisfy your physical desires. And you're still not satisfied? You want a wife who's highly capable at work and also saves you money. Why are your demands so high every single day? Do you want to have it all? The path you chose, you'll have to crawl to the end of it. He tried to grab me again to plead his case. Luna's figure flashed at the entrance. She was probably impatient and worried about Marcus. I saw the person in charge conveniently step out of the elevator and quickly made my escape. What a coincidence. Are you free? Let's discuss the contract details. The person in charge was Alex, Sarah's brother, and he immediately understood my predicament. Yes. We can go to the third-floor conference room. As I walked away, I heard Luna's shriek again. Marcus, are you tired of me now? Trying to find someone new? Dream on. My business continued to expand. Alex, Sarah's brother, and I got to know each other during our collaboration and started dating. As for marriage, I wasn't considering it for now. Men, well, they're just a nice bonus in life, not a necessity. As for Sterling, after declaring bankruptcy, it was acquired by a competitor and has since vanished from the business community. One day, I had dinner with a client. Driving past a back alley, I heard familiar shouting from afar. Marcus, I dropped out of university for you. I only have a high school diploma because of you. What else aren't you satisfied with? You're not a big boss anymore. You're just a vendor. The fact that I haven't divorced you yet shows I've been more than generous. And you dare to yell at me? I rolled down my car window and saw Luna and Marcus selling fruit at a street stall. Marcus had lost all his former pride. His weathered face was filled with desolation, failure having crushed his spirit. He cursed, "It's all because of you. Grace left me. My parents gave up on me and handed the entire family fortune to Ben. I wish I could divorce you right now." "I'll never divorce you," Luna shrieked. She no longer played her favorite cosplay. Despite her youth, she looked disheveled and unkempt, and her expression perpetually resentful. My assistant asked Ms. Grace, "Should we say hello?" I shook my head. "Let's go. We're no longer in the same world as them. They got what they deserved." The car sped away. A bright future awaited me. Extra Marcus's POV. The first time I met Luna, I was drawn to her vibrant energy and her courage to love and hate. She wasn't like other university students who only had youth and beauty. Her youthful vitality radiated from within, infecting everyone around her. I came to her rescue and disciplined the harsh supervisor. That evening, she thanked me in the underground parking lot. "Mr. Marcus, please have some boba tea." Luna handed me the takeout she had ordered. "Thank you for being my hero." Her smile was beautiful, like a ray of sunshine dispelling a gloomy day. I actually never drank boba tea. That day, for some inexplicable reason, I drank the cup Luna gave me. It tasted good. Luna started approaching me, sometimes subtly, sometimes not. She gave me folded paper cranes. She treated me to a cheap ice cream bar. She took me to street food stalls to eat. We drank glass bottle soda together, wed by 2 skewers of grilled calamari, and eat them, our mouths greasy, laughing freely. When we were out, if she noticed my dress shoes were dirty, she would bend down and use a tissue to clean them for me. I found this girl quite special. She was attentive and thoughtful. When we went out to eat, she always insisted on paying. She was genuine and easygoing. I decided to give her an exceptional promotion, making her my executive assistant. Luna lived up to my expectations, taking meticulous care of my life. The moment I truly fell for her was at a comic. I usually didn't attend such events. Luna eagerly invited me, saying she had a surprise for me. At the exhibition, young people were dressed in elaborate costumes, taking pictures and chatting happily. I instantly felt youthful again, as if I'd shaved years off my age. Luna, dressed in a maid outfit, stood before me. She had long, fair legs and mischievous bunny ears perched on her dark hair. She was absolutely adorable. She took my hand, leaned in, her low-cut outfit offering a glimpse of her cleavage, then looked up at me, pouting, and pleaded pitifully, "Master, please be kind to me." Even though I knew this was just her playing a manga character, I was completely captivated. That very night, we had a passionate encounter in the CEO's office. Luna had an incredible figure. Many guys liked her in college, so I quickly started a relationship with Luna. She was remarkably sensible, lying in my arms, professing her love. She didn't ask for a title, nor marriage, nor money. She only wished for our love to last forever, for us to grow old together. Such a wonderful girl. I wouldn't treat her unfairly. Under the guise of a salary, I paid her 100,000 yuans every month. Gifts I gave her, I could ask for back if we broke up, but salary couldn't be reclaimed. I just wanted her to feel completely secure. However, I never imagined that Grace would discover this. As for this wife from a strategic business marriage, I couldn't say our feelings were deep. We were simply a suitable match, and I quite liked her at the time. Grace started demanding a divorce. My parents also put pressure on me. I just wanted to see what a divorced woman in her 30s could possibly achieve without me. However, after my divorce, Luna changed. The once vibrant girl became barely recognizable. She wasn't content being just an executive assistant. She wanted to manage Sterling and take over the business. She dropped out of university, constantly clung to me, terrified that other women would approach me. She started buying luxury items, cultivating an image to embody the persona of a wealthy socialite. My favorite cosplay girl refused to attend comic because it no longer suited her noble status. Sterling was a mess because of her meddling, and business was a complete disaster. Many longtime employees resigned. In addition, my marriage with Grace broke down, and she took most of my assets. Some partners also withdrew investments and canceled contracts. I found myself in an unprecedented predicament. Later, Sterling went bankrupt. My parents were utterly disappointed in me. Leaving the family fortune to Ben, to survive, I had no choice but to start selling at a street stall. I asked Luna if she had deliberately approached me in the first place. She said, "What woman doesn't want to marry well? What's wrong with being clever enough to marry a rich man?" Marriage is a woman's second chance at life, determining if you can climb the social ladder. She succeeded. I told her I had nothing left now and asked her to get away from me, but disagreed. She said, "You are your parents' flesh and blood, and you have inheritance rights. Once they soften, they'll eventually take you back home." What parents truly turn their backs on their own child? In that moment, I realized my mistake. "Grace, I regretted divorcing you.